Hello and welcome to this week's show on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. It's lovely to have you here. Now, I was just thinking about what I could talk, my little spiritual talk that I do like to have a little chat about before we start. And I was actually thinking about, when we look at our world, you just have to marvel at it, the concept of how this world came about and how, the plants and the trees and the animals and just and the mountains and everything about it is absolutely phenomenal. What has been achieved in the creation of our world. And what I think is just so incredible is when you look at our world and you think about the creator of this world, we can then go to this concept of, sometimes I've seen people that you can sort of ask the universe for things, or you can ask, I think I saw somebody on YouTube the other day talking about this, ask the universe for things. And I think in actual fact, what that is just a prayer. It's just a communication with the unseen world, with the spirit world. It's communication saying, please, can you help me in this? Or I think this would be for the benefit of me in my life. Can you help me? And the universe is it's an incredible structure that I've come to learn through being a medium. And in that structure, I think what's so incredible about it is that we have angels and we have God and we have, sort of archangels and sort of highly evolved spirits like Jesus and Mother Mary and Confucius and those sort of, wonderful, wonderful spirits. And we can see them as sort of highly evolved spirits. But in our asking for help in our life, wouldn't it be wonderful if we can just have this dialogue? We can just sort of speak to them and say, look, I need your help. I need your help with this. This isn't working for me. Can you help me? And one thing I've realized is about the spirit world is that they always want to help us in any way that they can. But there's always a but with everything, isn't there? It's never quite that straightforward. And the but is that if you agreed to come to this earth plane to do a certain sort of job and fulfill a sort of certain role and experience things in your life, the spirit world will never want to interfere with your intentional wishes right at the beginning of your life. And that's the thing that we have to always remember. And I know that, I see people where they can say, you can ask the universe for, I want a red BMW, or I want, a Mercedes or whatever, whatever it is. And, that's sort of, sort of materialism. And in my experience, the spirit world will help you if that's what is good for your higher self. But I don't know if they'll sort of, suddenly flutter in sort of, $30,000 or something for that new car or what, or even more. Wish they would. But, I do know that sort of when there's times of real need, times of difficulty, times where it's a challenge, have that dialogue, always have that dialogue. Whether you're speaking to the archangels, whether you're speaking to Mother Mary, whether you're speaking to God himself, have that dialogue, because that dialogue will really help you in your life and give you the opportunity to perhaps have something, some miracle happen for you. And, one of the things that the spirit world always say to me is we do miracles all the time. It's just they're not acknowledged or known about. Anyway, there's my little talk. And I know that we have a somebody waiting for a reading. Suzanne in Sauk Center, Minnesota. Are you there, Suzanne?
Yes, hi.
Hello, and welcome to the show. Have you ever had a reading
Thank
before?
you. Yes, I have.
Okay, so I am a medium, which means I can connect to loved ones in the spirit world, or I can also connect to my guides and give you guidance about what's going on in your life. Is there a particular way you'd like me to work, and where would you like me to focus?
I am more interested in someone that's supposedly insistent on me knowing that she's my guide, and I didn't get a in-depth understanding from a read to see what you pick up on the guide that wants me to know she's there. She was persistent, but I was impatient.
Okay, right. So, just to recap, you're aware of a guide, and you want clarification of who this guide is, and that she's with
Yes,
you. Okay.
yes.
Um, right. Okay. The first thing that I'm hearing is new guide. So I don't feel that this is a guide that's been with you for some time. I feel that this is somebody that's come into your work, or into your life. Just sort of, recently, because I'm hearing the word new guide. And
Okay.
what and is that correct? Is that something you're aware of?
I would assume so. I would assume so. Um,
Okay.
I feel like there's a new chapter.
Yeah. So, because the first thing I heard was new guide, and I, what I'm being told is that sometimes in life we can get really sort of comfortable and sort of, settled in what we do, and where we are at in our lives. And I just get the feeling that this guide is going to be about giving you a bit of a prod. um, and I feel that she is wanting to help you. I feel like making a few changes in your life, and because I feel like you've got to be taken to the next level of your involvement, whether that be with psychic ability, or whether that be in your personal life. I'm not sure, but I just get that feeling that you've
Probably
got to
both.
go. Yeah, I've got that feeling that you've got to go to the sort of the next level. Because what I'm hearing the word dormant, because I feel that for some time you've been a little bit dormant with things, and she's here to give you almost like a kick up the backside. Oh,
That
ouch.
I had. Okay.
Ouch. um and she um I also get the feeling, right, she's now directly talking to me. She's telling
Okay.
me that she's a fair person, and she's not somebody that will cause you a lot of discomfort and a lot of pain. She wants to give you all the things that you need to accomplish your goals in your life. Because she's saying to me that you're it's almost like you're behind times in accomplishing all that you need to accomplish. Almost like you should have accomplished more by now. And she's saying to me that, and that's not a bad thing, it's just where you're at. Sometimes things take a little bit longer. And she's saying to me that she's here to sort of really um, almost like speed things up for you, or give you a little sort of push start to really accomplish your goals. Because she's saying to me that you've had a lot of ideas and a lot of things that you've been thinking about that have been whirring around in your mind, like, I should go and do this, or what about doing this in my life, or what about doing that? And she's saying that you do a lot of thinking, but you're cautious, and you're almost like there's a little bit of fear about taking steps into the unknown. And this is her role with you, to sort of really help you navigate to the next stage of your life. And she's telling me that you being able to achieve this next stage of your life is really important for your soul, really important. And the reason why it's really important is because if you don't get to this next stage of your life, you will actually end this life failing in what you set out to achieve. And she feels that she's quite determined to actually assist you and guide you into this sort of next stage. And I do feel that a lot of it is about how it's about you and how you're conducting your life. And I don't feel like it's necessarily it may be to do with mediumship, but I just get the feeling it's more about how you're constructing your life than anything else. And maybe the construction of your life and mediumship may be intertwined, but I just feel like it's... Sorry, you're going to speak.
I had psychic abilities a long time ago, and I didn't want it. And so I stopped everything. I just stopped it. I was like, I don't think I want to do this. And then for 20 years, I had fibromyalgia. And then about a year ago, I started reading again, and my fibromyalgia disappeared.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of right on.
Right. Well, I know that you've got to go. She's saying to me, it's so important that you embrace now she's talking about your mediumship. You embrace all the faculties that you have been gifted with from God. And she says, although you've sort of stepped away from it and said you didn't want it, in a way, it's not quite true, because you have received things throughout your life over the last 20 years, but you've just haven't sort of run with it or developed it more or sort of, but you have felt things. It's not, in other words, it's not dormant. It's there with you. And I just get this feeling, she's saying to me that if you don't develop this mediumship, then it will be almost like a sad thing for you, because this is something that you really wanted to achieve in this life. And she's here. It's almost like she wants to, she feels very motherly with me to you. Like she really wants you to succeed and really wants you to achieve what you set out to achieve. And this is why she is going to be with you on this journey to make sure that you, I think it's developing your mediumship, but I also feel like there are other things to do with your life. Almost like you're taking back charge and taking back control and doing the things that you want to do rather than what everyone else has wanted you to do.
Yes. Yes.
It's and she says, actually, she's now saying to me, actually, it is the right time for you to make these differences in your life, because you've got more freedom to do this. That you haven't got the constraints or the shackles that will curtail you from doing what you want to do. It's your time to do what you need to do in your life. And that's why she's here.
So she doesn't want me to be afraid.
No.
Sometimes I'm afraid to be a reader because it's kind of like a cold call.
You're not kidding. I'm shaking like a leaf before I said, no, I'm not actually. That's a lie. I'm not. Sometimes I get a little bit nervous, but it's so rare now. But it's the more you do it, the easier it gets. And yeah, you should definitely, even if you don't have to sort of be that big reader, you can do stuff with your friends at home and do it sort of, just, or do it for your own personal benefit. Obviously, that depends on what she has to say about that. But also, what thing that I will about her is I'm being drawn to as I say this, I want to say that I'm not always clear on names. So, but I will give it to you. I'm getting the name Samantha with her.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Yeah, so look out for that, because I feel and I feel like she's ready for action. She is.
Me too.
Oh, good.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, no, my pleasure. And this is what you set out to do. So don't be fearful. It's a gift from God that's been given to you. And so thank you very much, Suzanne. And it's been lovely chatting with you. Now I have another caller, and we have Natalie in Silver Spring, Maryland. Natalie, are you there?
Hi, yes.
Oh, hi, Natalie.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Good. You've got the same name as my daughter, so that won't be difficult for me to remember your name.
That's great.
I am a medium, and I can connect to loved ones in the spirit world, or I can look to give you guidance in your life, and speak to my guides. Is there a particular way that you would like me to work, and where would you like me to focus?
Just whatever you feel. I guess I really would, I don't know, this is like kind of my first time doing something like this. So whatever you feel you should,
All right. Well, let's give a little bit of, let's see what my guides have to say, and let's communicate with my guides with you. One of my guides is called Martha, and she's stepping forward, and she's saying to me that you're a very nice person, and this is where I say, is that correct? And you say, of course.
Yes.
But she's saying to me that she said that you're really kind, and you always go out of your way to help other people. And she's saying to me that almost like if only more people were like you, because she says that she's very much in awe of how you are with sort of people in general, and how kind you are. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It does.
She's also saying to me that I'm being told that you're quite young still. You're not, but she's saying to me that you she's saying to me that she's talking about your heart, and she's saying that your heart is in the right place. But she's also saying to me that you have, and I'm hearing the word dabbled, on the fringes of almost like psychic ability, or would that make sense to you?
Could you repeat that I have it, or that?
No, she's saying that you've dabbled on the fringes of exploring sort of psychic stuff, and just sort of, looking at it.
I've been curious about it. Yes.
Yeah, because she's talking about really on the fringes of it all, and Martha is trying to encourage you to really embrace it, like almost take that giant step forward and sort of embrace sort of psychic and mediumship. I feel like I want to give you a set of cards, tarot cards, because she's showing me like you playing with the cards and laying them all out. And because I don't know whether you've already got them, but she's making me feel like you should. Does that make sense, Natalie?
I have a friend who has them, but I've never tried it myself. But I've always been curious about it. So, yeah.
Right, because she's trying to encourage you, because what she's saying to me is that what you're not aware of at this stage is that you have a psychic ability. You must have a very strong intuition at this stage. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because
I feel like my intuition, yeah.
Yeah, because she's saying to me that God wants you to embark on developing these skills. And she says eventually you will it will lead to mediumship, because you are. So what she's saying to me is you are a natural medium. Have you ever been aware or sensed spirit around you?
No, I one time when I was little, but other than that, no.
Right. I knew it was going to be something like that. There was an occasion, because I just got that feeling quite strongly. Because what I'm being told is you are a natural medium, and Martha is saying that it would be so wonderful for you to develop this skill, because when you eventually do, and I feel that this is in your path to do this, when you eventually do, I feel like there is a guide waiting for you to come forward and be with you on this journey, because you, and she's telling me that you're going to end up helping many, many people. She says that this is what you've come to do on this earth plane. You have come to be a medium. It's funny because I had a similar reading just before you. Isn't it funny how
I was
we get a
listening
theme?
to it?
Just and I don't normally get the same like this. It's just, but I think what often happens is that you get similarities in the callers, and they deal with a section at the same time, and who gets to speak to me is all organized by spirit. We think we're organising it, but it's spirit. But yeah, anyway, I do feel that what she's saying to me is that you have a gift, and she's also showing me the palm. She's making me hold out the hand and look at the palm, and I get the feeling that have you ever been interested in palmistry? It's something I've never embarked on, but she's making me feel like that will be something that you may be interested in and go down that road a little bit. But I just get that feeling with tarot,
nice.
I get that feeling that you've got the ability to be a palm reader. How cool is that? Whenever I see people who are palm readers, I always want to stick my hands out and get look at mine.
Yeah.
But I just get the feeling that you have the ability to do that, and that you will. It's almost like before you came to the earth plane to live this life, what I'm hearing is you had a conversation with God, and you told him that you would commit yourself to developing these skills in this lifetime, and then you would go on to help many people who are in need of real help. And so I know that this is on your path, and this is this is where you're going to be steered to do. You are meant to do this. Definitely, definitely. How funny that we've had 2 callers the same. It's bizarre. How does that sound to you, Natalie? Would you like to be a reader? So so that's just sort of, we've had 2 callers that have come in, and they've been really sort of, on the edge, on the brink of developing this mediumship. And it's funny how the spirit will bring, 2 callers that are very similar for me to sort of deal with. And I've very much done that. Isn't that incredible how the spirit world works? But I know that just to sort of say, when you're working with as a medium or as a psychic, first and foremost, it never is about, sort of all the money that you would perhaps earn. It never is about it's about the ability to bring healing to the minds of many. And that can be done, it doesn't have to be done on a hands-on basis. It can be done with words, and the spirit world will always wish to bring through healing words, and that's how they work. So thank you for all listening, and if you are want to sort of have a rerun of this video, you can catch it on A1R Psychic Radio. They run the videos, or see it on Moonstruck TV. And my name is Gail Moffat. You can also find me on Facebook. So thank you very much. Goodbye.